You ever play a game so good that it just ruins everything else? Like, you try to play another game and suddenly it feels like you're moving through molasses while wearing cement boots? Yeah, that's me. That's Doom Eternal. I used to enjoy all sorts of games, but ever since I played Doom Eternal, it's like my brain has been rewired. This game didn't just raise the bar, it rocket jumped over it and left every other shooter feeling like a Nerf battle in a retirement home. And with Doom the Dark Ages right around the corner, I would say it's a good time to make this video. Let's talk about why I think Doom Eternal's combat loop is peak FPS, at least in my opinion. First, this game doesn't just let you mindlessly spray bullets at bad guys and call it a day. Every single action you take matters. Low on ammo? Chainsaw a fodder demon. Low on armor? Set him on fire. Low on health? Glory kill their skull into another dimension. This game turns resource management into a blood-soaked ballet. Meanwhile, in other FPS games, running out of ammo just means staring at the ceiling while you reload like an idiot.
Get clear!
Doom Eternal forces you to be aggressive. Standing still is basically asking for a casket. Now, don't get me wrong, Doom 2016 was an absolute banger. Before the first trailer dropped, nobody expected it to be as good as it was. I mean, how do you reboot Doom, one of the most basic shooters of all time, and actually make it work in 2016? But it worked. It was a straight up power trip. Brutal, gory, fast-paced, and metal as hell. No cover mechanics, no reloading, just you, a shotgun, and an army of demons dumb enough to get in your way. It redefined what an arcade-style FPS could be. And then Doom Eternal showed up and said, "You liked that? Cool. Now get good." Eternal didn't just improve it, it evolved. It added layers. It said, "You want to be the Doomslayer? Then play like one." This game demands that you use every tool at your disposal. The combat isn't just shoot bad guy till he dies. Well, maybe the tyrant, actually. But other than that, it's about strategy, resource management, and movement. In other words, it's chess, but with more fire and screaming. Yeah, I said it. Doom Eternal is basically chess, if chess was played at 300 BPM while headbanging to Mick Gordon. The Arachnotron? Take out the turret first, or it'll zone you harder than a tryhard in a fighting game. Cyber Manhubus? Break its armor before unloading. The Marauder? Well, he's the guy who makes everyone rage quit. You have to play smart. Weapon swapping, movement, enemy priority, it all matters. And once you master it, that's when you hit what the game director Hugo Martin calls the fun zone. At first, it's overwhelming. On my first playthrough on Nightmare, I had to take breaks after big fights just to breathe. I was sweating harder than a speedrunner at an unskippable cutscene. But after a while, it just clicked. Suddenly, I wasn't thinking about what to do. I was just doing it. Swapping weapons, dodging attacks, setting enemies on fire, blood punching a demon's teeth in. It became second nature. It's like learning an instrument, or better yet, a rhythm game. And when you're in that zone, when every weapon swap, glory kill, and dash just flows without a second thought, it feels absolutely amazing. Like, genuinely euphoric. There's no anxiety, no overthinking, just pure reaction and rhythm. It's that rare state where your brain just shuts off all the noise and locks into the moment. Kinda like meditation, but with more blood. For me, that's what makes Doom Eternal so addicting. It's not just that it's fast or intense, it's that it drops you into this flow state where nothing else exists except you, your arsenal, and whatever poor demon is currently regretting its life choices. And once you've experienced that level of engagement, it's really hard to go back to games that don't challenge you to stay dialed in. Hugo Martin once said, "The power fantasy that is earned is far more satisfying than the one that is handed to you." And that's why Doom Eternal feels so damn good. Some games just give you the power fantasy. You walk in, guns blazing, and nothing can stop you. It's fun, but it can be shallow. Doom Eternal makes you earn it. You start off struggling, but by the end, you're a demon-slaying god because you learned how to play. It's the same reason high skill games feel so rewarding. Whether it's mastering a character in Devil May Cry, nailing a parry in Sekiro, or finally defeating that boss you've been trying to kill for hours in a Souls-like game. When you work for your victories, they mean more. Doom Eternal doesn't just let you feel powerful, it makes you prove that you deserve it. Ah yes, the Marauder. The most controversial enemy in Doom Eternal. Some people think he ruined the whole game. Me? I think he's one of the best additions. Let's be honest, nobody knew what to do with him at first. He shows up, blocks your shots, rushes you with a dog, and punishes you for playing the way the game taught you. He felt like a brick wall in the middle of a roller coaster. But then, the memes came, the Reddit posts, the YouTube tutorials, the how to cheese the Marauder videos. Eventually, the Doom community started treating him like a memey little punching bag. That's the thing. Unlike every other enemy in the game, he forces you to fight on his terms. You can't just blast him with rockets or spam grenades. You have to wait, watch for the green eyes, bait his attacks, and then strike. He's the king of the chessboard, the final test of patience and timing. And sure, I get the argument that he kind of breaks the flow. Doom Eternal is about speed, aggression, movement. And then the Marauder goes, "Nah, stand right there and wait for my mood swing." But here's the thing. Once it clicks, he's just another enemy. You go from dreading him to salivating at the chance to prove you've mastered him. He's not unfair, he's just different. So, was he a brilliant challenge or a pace-breaking annoyance? Honestly, maybe both. What do you think? Did the Marauder test your skills or test your patience? Also, if you're still here after all that Marauder talk, props to you. If you're enjoying the video, feel free to hit the like or maybe subscribe. Totally up to you, but I've got more stuff on the way. And if you're into games, music, and the occasional existential breakdown, then it might be worth sticking around. Thanks. Let's be real. Not everyone loved Doom Eternal. And you know what? I get it. Some of the complaints are totally valid. Not enough ammo? Yeah. Eternal forces you to use the chainsaw regularly, instead of hoarding bullets like a dragon. The game forces you to play a certain way? Absolutely. It demands that you actively engage with its mechanics instead of playing passively. Platforming? Okay, I hear you. Some people did not vibe with it at all. I thought it was whatever. Combat is too fast, weapon switching is overwhelming, you have to use every weapon. Yep, Doom Eternal is unapologetically intense. It feels more like a puzzle than a shooter. That's fair. It's about solving combat encounters rather than just shooting everything until it dies. At the end of the day, Doom Eternal is not for everyone. If you want to just run and gun, it's gonna punish you. But for those who embrace the challenge, it's one of the most amazingly satisfying FPS experiences out there. Doom Eternal didn't just raise my expectations, it completely rewrote them. After playing it, good enough stopped being good enough. If a game wasn't engaging, satisfying, and polished, I just couldn't stick with it. And it's crazy to think, I was so disappointed when Eternal got delayed by 3 months. But when it finally dropped, it actually felt like a finished product. Unlike half the AAA games today that launch like beta tests, Eternal felt like a real complete experience. And for that reason alone, it's gonna be hard for anything else to match it. So, did Doom Eternal ruin video games for me? Maybe. Or maybe it just showed me what true engagement feels like. Because once a game makes you feel like this, how are you supposed to go back? So, what do you think? Has a game ever ruined others for you? What are you most excited for in Doom the Dark Ages? Let me know in the comments, and remember, rip and tear until it is done.